Hello and welcome back to Marine Biology in 5 minutes. I'm your host, Emily Colgan, and today I'm thrilled to kick off an exciting new series all about whales, some of the most extraordinary creatures to ever roam our oceans. Did you know that there are at least 86 species of whales? From the massive blue whale, the largest to ever exist, to the mysterious narwhal with its unicorn-like tusks, each species has its own incredible story. Now, as much as I'd love to talk about all of them, I'll be focusing on just 10 species in this series. These whales were chosen for their fascinating biology, behaviors, and their unique roles that they play in their ecosystems. But this podcast is about learning and exploring together. If there's a whale species I don't cover and you'd like me to, please let me know. I'd love to include your suggestions in future episodes. Now, before we dive into specific species, let's take a moment to talk about whales in general, because they are a lot more diverse than you might think. For one, whales are divided into two main groups. The toothed whales, which are like sperm whales and beluga whales that have teeth and are active hunters. They feed on fish, squid, and sometimes even other marine mammals. Toothed whales are also incredible navigators, using echolocation, a biological sonar system, to hunt and communicate in the dark depths of the ocean. Baleen whales, which are whales like blue whales and humpback whales, don't have teeth. Instead, they have baleen plates, which are like giant combs made out of keratin, the same material as your fingernails. Baleen whales filter feed by taking in huge mouthfuls of water and then straining out tiny organisms like krill, plankton, or small fish. It's an efficient system for feeding some of the largest creatures on Earth. This difference between toothed and baleen whales is just one example of how whales have evolved to thrive in their environments. Speaking of evolution, did you know that whales actually came from land-dwelling mammals? Around 80 million years ago, their ancestors were four-legged creatures called Pachycetus, which lived along riverbanks and coasts. Over millions of years, they adapted to life in water, eventually evolving into the streamlined, fully aquatic animals we know today. Whales still carry traces of this ancient history, though. They all have pelvic bones, which once supported legs but now serve no particular purpose. A fascinating evolutionary leftover. Whales are also vital to the health of our oceans. They're often called the gardeners of the sea because their feeding and migration patterns help recycle nutrients, supporting the growth of phytoplankton, which provides food and oxygen for countless marine species, and even us. Whales also hold deep cultural significance throughout history. Many indigenous communities view whales as symbols of strength, wisdom, and connection to the natural world. Their migrations and songs have inspired myths and traditions, from the narwhal's tusks giving rise to the unicorn legends, to ancient carvings and stories honoring whales as spiritual guides. Even today, whales continue to captivate our imaginations, appearing in art, literature, and conservation movements, reminding us of their enduring impact on human culture. In this series, we'll journey across the globe to uncover the fascinating lives of whales. From their epic migrations to their complex songs, we'll explore the biology and behaviors that make each species unique. We'll also shed light on the challenges they face today, such as climate change and plastic pollution, as well as discuss the steps we can take to help protect these magnificent creatures and their marine habitats. Next up, we'll begin with the blue whale, the ocean's gentle giant and a true marvel of evolution. Well, that wraps up today's episode of Marine Biology in 5 minutes. I hope you are just as excited as me for this new series. If you are, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and feel free to share your ideas or questions either through my Instagram, Facebook, or email. Until then, keep wondering and keep exploring. Thank you for listening.